And so this is the niche scorecard. So we'll go over it as quickly as I can. Some of the things need a little bit of explanation. So the first section is the qualifying or disqualifying question. So I would say if you answer a solid no to any of these, then toss it out and start over again. There are thousands of niches out there. There's no reason to mess around. Don't get married. Don't get obsessed with something just because you think it's a good niche. You have to be a little bit objective. So I would say if it's a solid no to any one of these, just throw it out and find something else. So is it evergreen? Is it seasonal or a fad? So if it's highly seasonal or it's something that is really popular but you don't think it's going to last, don't even bother. Life is short. You want something that's evergreen that you can market all year long and market indefinitely. Does it have demand? Well, we'll go over that a little bit later, but that's pretty much a yes or no question. If it's something so obscure that there are only 300 searches a month on Google, I would skip it. Can you niche down and find your avatar? Can you find your ideal person, your ideal customer? Can you find out what their age is, what their sex is, what their beliefs are, what their where they live, what kind of life they live? You really want to find out who your avatar is, and you don't want to market to everybody, and even in whatever it is, even a niche, especially a bigger niche. If it's golf or something, you can't market to golfers. Maybe you want to market to girls that adolescent girls who are learning golf, something like that. I mean, that's what your avatar is. Then you really can market like the big boys do, like the big corporations do. You get inside your customer's head and you almost know, you actually do. You start to know what they want before they even want it. So that's the magic right there. Avatar is a magic movie. Avatar is a magic concept in marketing. Can you sell digital and physical products? If you can conceive of ebooks or video courses along with physical products, then it is just so much more valuable. You can really, I'm a big fan of any kind of digital products. They're just beautiful. No, there's no shipping, there's no inventory. If there's a return, it's not a big deal. It's all done, online. And so if you can think of, if your niche, let's say golf, for example, courses, you can come up with dozens of courses, and that's really where the money is, along with the physical products. Can you create ongoing social media content? Well, the niche approach requires that you have a tribe, that you have followers, that you have subscribers. So if it's a niche where you don't really, you really don't know what to say about it. If you can't come up with new stuff, there's no reason for anybody to follow you. So think of this long and hard, because this is really the crux of it. If you can get a following, and if you can keep giving them content and useful, interesting content, then every once in a while you throw in a teaser about a new product that's coming out, or a new course that you're creating. That's how you make lots of money. Is it sustainable? Is there repeat business in some way or fashion? That is really huge, because you don't want just a business where you sell one and done. You sell a tchotchke or something, and the person buys it, and you never see them again. That's a treadmill that you want to get off of. Okay. So let's look, briefly at the different segments. So demand. Google used to, if you have a Google AdWords account, you could go on, and you could go and find number of searches. I think they do between 10 and 100,000 now. So that's just ridiculous. I would try merchantwords.com. They have, I think you can get 3 free searches per day, and they give you a more accurate idea of what these monthly searches are on Google. So here's your ratings. Is it competitive? You can go on Google and they will tell you whether it's low, medium, high, whatever your keyword is. So that's kind of a rough estimate of competitiveness. There are better tools like Longtail Pro and SEM Rush and things like that, but For just a rough estimate, you can go on Google AdWords. What products can you produce? Can you produce a video course? Can you sell physical products? Can you produce ebooks? All right, here's your corresponding points. Okay, what type of social media that can you create? What does it lend it to? Videos, podcasts, blog posts, images. Here's your avatar. So these are if you can, and if you can even think of more outside of this. Their sex, their age, their income, marital status, where they live in the country, how much education they have, ethnicity. You could also, religion, politics, whatever you can think of, to think the way that your avatar thinks. Give yourself extra credit if you can think of even more stuff. So, sustainability. Or is the product you're selling consumable? Do they have to reorder it? Can you produce new products on a regular time basis, let's say monthly, either digital or physical products? Can you conceive of a monthly membership opportunity? Well, if it's golf or fishing or tennis or even needlepoint or crochet or whatever, you can have tips. You can have a Facebook group that people have paid to be members of. So if you can think of that, give yourself some points. Are there big ticket upsells? So big ticket can be either a physical product or that you drop ship, or it can be a really involved course, or it can be one-to-one coaching. So that's huge. Affiliate sales. Can you sell other people's products to your fan base, to your tribe? And that's you probably have a huge opportunity there. Cross-sell potential. This is a concept of, like, let's say you're in the yoga niche, or so you can kind of think, well, once you get to know your yoga avatar, let's say it's a 30-year-old new mother who's trying to get back into shape, then she's probably into healthy food. So that gets back into affiliate sales, or some kind of collaboration with somebody who sells green tea for weight loss or something. I'm just giving you an idea of what cross-sell potential is, and it really comes down to knowing your avatar and what they think. So there you have it. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you get to here's the score here, 90 to 100, I would highly pursue it further. 80 to 90, very good. So under 60, I would probably discard or avoid. And some of these things can be overcome. I would give extra credit for a niche that you are passionate about, a niche that you know a tremendous amount about. This scorecard is basically for, let's say you just find a niche that you think is profitable. This is a scorecard to let you know whether to proceed or not. But if there's a niche that you really know about, that you already know a lot of people in the niche, and you are an expert, then you can overcome a lot. Let's just say you can give yourself some extra credit, whatever, 5-10 points extra credit. So you might bump up from a 60 to a 75 or whatever. So that's a little bit of a consideration as well. So but again, if it's a niche that you're just looking at, and same thing, it's happened to me before. You get a product that you think is a great idea, and you just fall in love with it, and you get married to it, and you kind of disregard the bad sides. So here's a kind of objective way to give yourself a scorecard, give yourself a score on your niche, and determine whether you should proceed further. So there you have it. Thanks.